relaunching our company, we're rebranding, we're doing a lot of cool and exciting stuff, which I can't wait to show you guys. But first of all, I want to start with a few thoughts on what does building a great product require? What is a great product? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. What is a great product? And when you think about great products, what do we think about? We think about the iPhone, the MacBook, a toothbrush, like the things that we use on a daily basis, and we more or less sometimes don't even think about it. You know what I mean? And I think those are great products. Like the camera on your iPhone is a separate great product in itself. So I feel like the great products are the ones that don't create any friction. They're the ones that make your life easier. And they're the ones that eventually you use on a daily basis without even thinking about it, okay? You don't think, do I need a toothbrush or not? Sure, there are different brands, there are different like specifics to those products, but you use a toothbrush anyway. So I hope you get my point. Now thinking about digital products, I think it should be more or less the same thing. They should make your life easier, they should be useful, and they should not get in the way. They should not make your life harder, they should not take up a lot of your time. So if you see my point, I feel like some of the products that we use on a daily basis are not necessarily that great. They probably have great features in them. Like for example, I think messaging your friends and family is a great feature. I don't know if there's actually such a great product out there. Maybe WhatsApp is a little bit like that, but I don't think there are many others. Telegram is a cool product too. But yeah, when you think about connecting to people, what do you need to do? You need to be able to message them, potentially need to be able to share updates, like a micro blog thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm talking about building great products. And one thing I feel like I have missed in the past 9 years since I've been doing this is I missed the mark on building teams that have this like mindset of what it means to build a great product. And sometimes, a lot of the times, I think people think about a great product in the sense that a great product is something they would use. So when they think about a great product, they feel like it's something they actually need on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So they want to kind of scratch their own itch, solve their own problem. And this is actually a great start to building a great product. But at the same time, you got to think about that this product actually has to solve the same issues and the same problems for many other people. If it only solves it for one person, you've done a great invention, but it's not a great innovation. And I think most of us want to be innovators, not inventors who stay in their garage and are poor and miserable. You know what I mean? You know that stereotype that we know from movies? So I feel like many people miss this when they think about building a great product. When they think about what makes a product great, most of the time I feel like they think about the stuff that they would use, the stuff that they need and things like that. I feel like this is one place where we need to improve, and it's the ability to understand what makes a product great. And it's not just what I need, it's what other people need, okay? And with that in mind, I feel like 2025 is like this pivotal year where a lot of things come together. And I'm gonna try and share a little bit of the backstory of how we got here and things like that. But it's been quite a ride, and it still feels like we're only getting started. And that's why I feel like this rebranding and this relaunching of the company is the meaningful next step. And it's just natural what's happening. We're changing, we're evolving, the market is changing, the market is evolving, the way we build products is changing and evolving. So yeah, it's just a lot of things coming together, and I can't wait, and I'm so excited to share more of what's happening. Okay, but for now, gotta get ready, gotta get to the office. I have some personal stuff that I gotta take care of today as well. So it's definitely time to get going. It's like almost 10 a.m. Catch you in a little bit. Okay, so funny story. I had very different plans for today, but I had a chance to go out of the city for a minute. It was super funny. I basically have to go pick up my fiance from a place. But it turns out that this place is very near to where I spent a lot of my childhood summers. So I decided it's gonna be a fun idea to take you guys there for a while. So I'll show you a little bit about around the place. It's interesting to be back here. Funny, the weather is very nice. It's beautiful outside. It's 26 degrees Celsius. It's sunny. That got me thinking that it's so important to stay flexible when things are changing around you. Especially if you're in business, but also I think not only that situation, but in general. Because if you are too rigid, you can very often miss great opportunities. For me, in this case, just like a trip down memory lane. I don't get the chance to come here at all. Like I used to come here when I was a kid every summer, and basically also every weekend, by the way. But I don't get to do that anymore. I have other things. It's just not a thing anymore. There's not much to do here, but it's fun for me now to do it. For just like passing through there, I just kind of remember what it was. Okay, there we go. There's the road. Like it's basically just farmland on both sides here. But this funky little road is actually where I had some of my first driving lessons from my dad. Way before I was legally allowed to drive a car, but still it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I remember this road. This goes up, down a little bit hilly section here. So it was a lot of fun. I don't know, probably it was stressful for my dad, but for me it was cool. And so these fields here are where we spent a lot of time, like walking around. We had a dog at the time, so we would just walk around with the dog. The dog would chase around the field mice. There we go. I'm pulling up to the house right now. And boy, does it look different. Boy, does it look different. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit about of the house. So this right here, at the front of the house, used to be like a place where my grandfather and their mother used to have like peas and tomatoes and potatoes and things like that. And also this like hilly section at the top. There was some like fruit trees, like a plum tree, apricot tree, and things like that. And this is the house. This house right here. And actually my grandfather built this house basically by himself at a time when it was not that easy to build a house by yourself. It was socialist times and things like that. I don't have a key, so I can't show you on the inside, but this balcony and steps behind it, because there was no hot water at the time in the house. So my grandmother would heat up water in the sun during the day in like a container, and then she would give us a bath with that water. Fun times, fun times. And also here on the other side is another house, like a neighbor's house. We actually used to spend a lot of time with those kids. So they had kids which were about the same age as us. So we used to spend a lot of time playing with them. It's weird, but at the same time exciting being back here. I'm gonna get in a car. There's a puppy behind me, which is excited to see me, but it's kind of loud. We used to come here basically every weekend. So Friday night, we'll get here. We'll spend Friday evening, Saturday evening here, and then on Sunday we'll get back to the city. But then also during summer, we would spend most of our summer here because it was closer. My mom is from a town called Veliko Tarnovo, and we will also go there, but it was a lot further away, so it was more difficult to get there. That's it. And by the way, let me move forward a little bit and I'll show you. One of the things that my grandfather hadn't finished when we were spending time here was the toilet inside. So for a lot of things, we used to use that external toilet right here. How many of you have used an external toilet like this one? It's hard to see through all the trees, but this was the neighbor's house where we spent a lot of time with the neighbor's kids. They had chickens, they had sheep, they had like farm animals. So I saw a lot of that part basically with those guys. Okay. Bye. It was nice seeing you. Good memories here. Okay, let me show you another thing real quick. This is, I hope, interesting, but again, it's an interesting part of Bulgarian history, I guess. So this building is basically a renovated, it's called Tekizese. I don't even know what it stands for, but because we were a socialist country, and basically there was no like private property, everything was owned by the government. And of course also all the animals that were producing milk, cheese, meat, everything else were also owned by the government. So they had this like Tekizese where they used to have the animals here. And when we were kids, because this was already abandoned, we used to come here and play in this building. It's now renovated. I don't even know what it is. It looks a little bit private. Yeah, that's another fun story about Bulgarian history. And yeah, I don't know, maybe that's weird for you guys. Maybe it's just cringe, but I'm having fun. So I hope you are too. I'm gonna tell you one thing that hasn't changed here is that it's very peaceful and quiet. But then also, if you think about it, it's kind of slow and not very interesting. When I was a kid, I didn't really like it here. It was too hot most of the time. It was not very interesting, not a lot of fun, not much to do. It was basically like only these kids from on the other side of the street. Right now, it's calm, it's peaceful. It's basically no one moving around. I don't even know what these people are doing. Yeah, that's one thing that hasn't changed here. And on the thought I was having earlier, like, sure, sometimes you gotta stay flexible because things change around you. And it depends on how you look at it. Like, I have this urgency in me for whatever reason. And being urgent and being fast are two very different things. And sometimes urgency causes you to be chaotic and sometimes not thinking things through. So it's hard to be fast if you just have this like sense of urge. And I know it's something I have to deal with, and I'm trying to. When I had the opportunity to come here today, I had an initial reaction to it, like, no, I'm not going. It's like an hour drive from here. I have other things to do. So no, I'm not going. But then I remembered, well, why not? Like, I don't have anything that urgent happening now. Sure, I have a lot of things to do, but 2 hours extra, I mean, it's no big deal at the end of the day. So I ended up going, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. So my point is that you have to remember that sometimes, and I'm not saying this is true for me, so I have to remember that very often the best opportunities, the best situations, the best times happen at the times when I have the most resistance. So an opportunity comes around and I have this like a resistance. No, I'm not gonna do it. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. I have other things to do and things like that. And then sometimes I do them and it turns out it's not. It's exactly the opposite. It's great. I meet great people, I have great conversations. This sparks my motivation and creativity and things like that. So I think maybe it's a sign that when I have the resistance, I just have to go do it. I need to create a tattoo somewhere. If resistance, then go do. But anyway, with my little rants, I'm also almost there. So I hope this doesn't turn out too long. Hope you enjoy this little trip down memory lane and stay energized until the next time we meet.